Bidirectional Viscoplastic Energy Analysis of Insulin Resistance and 4 Mortality Diseases Across 3 Nations, Number 1238, VMT Sharp 623, April 1, 2025, by Gerald C. Shu, EclaireMD Foundation. Category: Insulin Resistance and Mortality Diseases. Key Messages. Research Scope. The author previously analyzed, paper number 1237, How 4 Chronic Conditions Type 2 Diabetes, T2D, Cardiovascular Disease, CVD, Chronic Kidney Disease, CKD, and Neurodegenerative Disorders, ND, including dementia and Alzheimer's, but in this article, the author uses dementia as shorthand, affect insulin resistance, a backward relationship study, using the same datasets and the Viscoplastic Energy Model, VMT. This new study, paper number 1238, examines insulin resistance, measured via fasting plasma glucose, FPG, as a proxy, as a forward influencing factor on these 4 conditions. This analysis employs the VMT method to compare 2 directions of influence: the forward relationship, FPG to T2D, CVD, CKD, and dementia, and the backward relationship, these 4 diseases to FPG. FPG serves as a proxy for insulin resistance, IR, forward direction. FPG strongly influences the development of T2D, CVD, CKD, and dementia, with notable regional variations. United States, FPG contributes most to T2D and CKD, less to CVD, and least to dementia. Taiwan, FPG significantly impacts all 4 conditions, with a stronger link to dementia. Japan, FPG predominantly affects dementia, outpacing its influence on the other 3 diseases. Backward direction. In the backward study, paper number 1237, VMT energy levels from diseases to FPG are higher, especially in the US. This does not imply these conditions cause IR, but reflects their disruption of glucose control. CVD, stress, inactivity, or medications elevate FPG. CKD, reduced kidney function impairs insulin clearance, raising FPG. Dementia, altered eating habits and brain glucose metabolism increase FPG. The forward influence is causal, driving disease onset via IR, inflammation, and organ stress. The backward influence is reactive, showing how diseases disrupt glucose balance without necessarily worsening IR. Key observation: the forward direction holds greater biological and clinical significance. FPG is an upstream marker for early detection and prevention of these diseases. The backward influence, while measurable, is secondary, reflecting complications of disease progression rather than its root cause. Disease data insights. Here is the author-generated bar chart reflecting his calculated VMT values. T2D, forward 156, backward 206. CVD, forward 125, backward 659. CKD, forward 176, backward 286. Dementia, forward 356, backward 272. This disease VMT energy distributions now clearly shows 1. Bidirectional strength in T2D and CKD. 2. Dominant backward influence in CVD. 3. Dominant forward influence in dementia, especially as an early trigger. Geographical data differences. An enclosed data table and figure chart compares forward and backward VMT energies across the US, Japan, and Taiwan. 1. US, backward VMT, 1030, far exceeds forward VMT 272, indicating significant glucose disruption post-disease onset, especially from CVD and dementia, though not causal of IR. 2. Japan, forward VMT, 287, slightly exceeds backward VMT, 219, emphasizing FPG's initiating role, particularly for dementia. 3. Taiwan, forward VMT, 264, surpasses backward VMT, 172, reinforcing FPG as a disease predictor. Clinical implications. FPG is a causal and preventive biomarker for T2D, CVD, CKD, and dementia. High backward VMT in some regions, e.g., US, reflects glucose instability post-disease, not causation. Early FPG control is critical for prevention, while monitoring FPG in diagnosed patients helps manage metabolic complications. Final conclusions. 1. Forward VMT, FPG, diseases. FPG, as a proxy for IR, drives T2D, CVD, CKD, and dementia, with strongest effects on T2D and CKD globally and dementia in both Japan and Taiwan. 2. Backward VMT, diseases, FPG. Diseases disrupt glucose regulation reactively, e.g., CVD via stress, CKD via insulin clearance, Dementia via brain metabolism, without initiating IR. 3. Clinical strategy. Use FPG as an early warning for disease prevention. Monitor FPG in chronic disease patients to mitigate metabolic instability. Target FPG reduction through lifestyle interventions to influence both disease onset and progression. The enclosed chart visualizes total forward versus backward VMT energies for each disease across the three regions, reinforcing FPG's dual role as predictor and indicator.